It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
All righty, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Tuesday. Getting it rolling through the week. Everybody's got on some Kit Kat ears over there with Florida Panthers, all to get ready for the ticket release that is going to be dropping tomorrow for South Florida's very own Ariana Grande. She's going to be coming back and doing a concert tour. All about that. Boy, she's just multifaceted. She has got a lot of big projects that are coming up. That Wicked 2 is going to be dropping, I think it's like the second weekend in November.
Well, here's what's cozy about that for her probably and everyone that
It's done.
It's done. You know it's going to crush. So you kind of are you're just sitting
Cozy.
on another pile of money and
accolades and people saying how great you did.
Yeah.
that's kind of a rarity right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's going to be doing two shows, June 30th and July 2nd, going to be at her home arena, Amerant Bank Arena, not far from where she grew up. She's a big Panthers fan, if you didn't know, comes back for some playoff games. At least she was back last season as they won the Stanley Cup. The pre-sale begins actually 10 a.m. today, but if you want to jump into the one that they're doing tomorrow, the general on sale is 10 a.m. tomorrow, Wednesday at SeatGeek.com is where you can get that. The pre-sale, if you want to jump in now, would be signup.ticketmaster.com/Ariana Grande.
Nice.
So there you go. If you want to go check out that show. Got a lot of concerts that are coming up. In fact, tonight, would this show speak to you at, I Think, Financial Amphitheater? Chingy, Eve, Nelly, and Ja Rule.
Yeah.
A little bit of a throwback hip-hop to the early 2000s.
Sounds fun, yeah.
I wouldn't hate it.
And you also have an up-and-coming artist. Her name is Jessie Murph. She's going to be at the Fort Lauderdale War Memorial Auditorium that they just had refurbished.
That's a great venue.
It is cozy, right?
I was just down there scoping it out.
She is, I would say she's a country artist, but she's edgy. I would liken her to Maren Morris.
Okay.
Who kind of had the crossover hit with the middle. She's very edgy. In fact, her last video, the reason why I kind of caution her about the country field, the last video she just came out with had full-on sex in it.
What?
Are we talking straight up penetration?
Yep. They had a dude with a chick on the bed, and he's railing her, like from behind.
Was it taped?
What?
Like, was the private parts taped, or was
you
there
couldn't
really
see
insertion?
but she was naked, he was naked, and you didn't get to see the naughty bits. But yeah, he had her, as you would, grabbing onto her hips and just driving it home, baby.
Okay, but they weren't really doing that because there are some actors, a few selected actors that have legitimately had sex in real projects, not porn.
Yeah.
But it's gone in.
Right. Yeah, it was.
You're so excited to tell Kevin.
I know. It is.
I'd like to add my little...
Gets him going.
It's a little creepy with those kitty cat ears on.
Meow.
Shit, I forgot I had these on.
Yeah. You know what that kitty cat likes.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, she's a little edgy, I guess, for the country field, but very talented, good singer. And I think it'll be interesting to see what she does with her career. So those are a couple shows just going on tonight. Country's got a lot of stuff. You got Lee Brice on Friday at the War Memorial Auditorium. He's a name. I think he's an American Idol guy, maybe.
Okay.
I've seen him live before, and he has pretty good. He's pretty good live. He's got a couple good songs out there. Tim McGraw, legend.
Yeah.
He's doing Hard Rock Live on Saturday. That's kind of I would think
It's a small venue for him.
That's what I thought, too. I thought he's pretty much an amphitheater kind of guy, but he's doing Hard Rock Live, like a 7,000-seater.
I wonder if the ticket prices were a little more because there's less seats and it's like a more intimate venue.
Maybe. I mean, sometimes they do make that choice where they want to do a smaller venue, higher ticket price. Pantera also is playing, I think, Financial on Saturday. Maybe it's that Pantera already had it booked And so when they were putting together a tour, I assume that happens where whoever's putting together a tour, you kind of have a schedule you got to stay on because you're not going to go from Seattle and then you're going to play Charlotte the next night.
Right.
So you've got to kind of follow it. And as you're going from town to town trying to put it together, you may be like going, hey, we want the amphitheater. You'd be like, yeah, sorry, Pantera's already got it. So then you have to probably look for the alternate, say, what else do we have? And then like, Hard Rock Live. Yeah, right.
Routing is very important.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't, go to Texas, then to Florida, then all of a sudden go back to Texas and then go to Maine.
Not if you're on a bus. I think Tim McGraw's on a bus.
Oh, well, shit. I didn't know that.
He's on a bus.
Well, of course he is, man. After the concert, they drink brews and play songs on their giddy up.
A lot of times what the artists do, the artists fly. And then their techies and everybody else take the buses.
Oh, damn,
What the shit, man?
Backing band and whatever. So
Tim McGraw took a plane.
I don't know for a fact what Tim McGraw does, but he could be.
Live like you are flying.
And then on Sunday, you got Benson Boone at the Kaseya Center, downtown Miami.
He is so talented.
He is. Like I said, he has got the chops to do it. It's just, what you need is hit songs. And being in this field that we've been in, doing pop music now I've been doing it for 30 years, you kind of start to see some things. And as I see artists, it really is about how you're favored in the industry. And when the industry likes you, they take care of you. And there are things that I think a lot of times people don't fully understand. Like, for instance, one thing I noticed, and nobody would talk about it, but Sabrina Carpenter came out with her album. Remember when we played it? And I did kind of like, all right, I listened to it. I'm like, okay, here's what I think are the hits. I'm like, okay, I could hear 2 songs on this maybe being hits, but that's not a lot considering how much they want Sabrina Carpenter to do well. And then out of nowhere, she had that song, Man's Best Friend. Remember that? I played that. I'm like, I don't know where this came from. It went on her album. It just dropped out of nowhere. Guess what? Just went number 1 on the Billboard 200.
Man's best friend.
I have a feeling that this is what I'm talking about. This is the favoritism of the industry. They sat down, they listened to it, and they looked at it, and they said, we don't have a hit. We don't have a big hit on this, and we need to keep the engine going. So they said, go find her a freaking hit. They found this, said, hey, we got this song, Man's Best Friend. We're going to kick it to whatever good artist you want to favor because we think it's going to be hit. And they gave it to Sabrina Carpenter.
I could not agree with you more. I think there are people that are great out there, but they don't have the machine by them. Sometimes the machine is with them, and then they drop them, and you go, well, why did they fall off? They were still fucking good.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that backing you are dead in the water, man. That's so important to have.
The first time I realized, and this goes all the way back to my high school days, and the hair bands were really big. And you had one of the hair bands, I think it was a band Warrant, that they had
Cherry Pie.
She My Cherry Pie. They had a lot of hits. Heaven Isn't Too Far Away. And it was the lead singer was talking about he went to the record label. And it used to be he would walk in and they'd be like, oh my gosh, and they kiss his ass and everything. And he went in one day and the guys that normally kiss his ass wouldn't even see him. And he's like, well, they're like, you're going to have to wait in the lobby and maybe we'll get you a meeting with him. He went in and where it had Warrant above the desk, it was now Alice in Chains. And
they just switch it out.
He said, I just knew. And that day, everything changed. He said, they didn't treat me like I was the star. And you could tell they were out with the hair bands and in with the grunge.
Wow.
And that was it. It all changed on that day.
You do get gut feelings on stuff like that where you go, oh shit, I think I'm getting replaced or something's changed. Kind of like when we were in Miami, always the refrigerator stocked with Mountain Dew. They made such a big deal about, Jay Bird, we got a stocked Mountain Dew for you. And then all of a sudden, the month or two right before we got fired, I go, it's not stocked no more. And the guy that was so nice to me who would stock it would see me in the hallway and he would look at me and go the other way. I go, that's kind of weird, as if everybody knew.
Yeah. I think a lot of artists, that's really what they deal with. It's like the movie A Star Is Born that they've done a gazillion different times, where they treat you, if you can do something for them and they know you're a hot shot, like that's what I'm saying. Benson Boone, right now, they're like, hey, this dude, they're probably doing everything they can to find songs to give to him and say, look, this guy has the chops, he's got the looks, he's young, he's everything, he's very marketable. So find him hits and keep feeding this guy.
John Mayer talks about how he had a song that he just was really into, and it's a great song. and he was talking to he did a show, and one of the big record label guys was there, and he goes, "I really believe in it. I still feel like your man." He goes, "This is such a good song. I really, really believe in it," because they were having a tough time. He was having a tough time pushing it along, and he said that the agent or the exec pat him on the back. We know you believe in it, John. And he walked away, and that's all he said. He's like, shit. They don't don't
believe in me.
Yeah, they're not buying my act right now.
What was it called?
I still feel like your man. It's a jam. I love that song, and it would have been a hit, but they didn't want to support it. They didn't want to support it.
That's it.
And it really could have been a hit.
That's it.
But he kind of knew.
Yeah.
Walking away going, okay.
I think probably every artist that has reached the full cycle of their career has seen that. And that's got to be really tough.
Yeah. It's got to be heartbreaking.
When they're getting you great hotels, because you start off in vans and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden you're staying in 5-star hotels and they're treating you amazing and dinners and all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, where's it going? Because you don't realize it's over. You start seeing the signs, and no one tells you, be like, hey, by the way, we're going to start, yanking away your favors and all that stuff. We're giving it to somebody else. You have to sit there and watch it.
You have to notice.
You have to watch it happen to your career, and there's nothing you can do about it.
A lot of times it depends on, let's say, just like anything in life, new management comes in. Now, the old management loved you, believed in you. They were pushing you.
Right.
New management goes, fuck this. I don't like this sound. And then all of a sudden they get fired. A new manager comes in, and sometimes you'll see a resurgence. It's really a lot of times there's a roadblock there.
Well, I thought this was interesting today because Lizzo has announced that her album Love in Real Life won't be coming out. Her and her label Atlantic Records, they had talks about the album, and they put the lead singles out, but they didn't chart and they didn't take off. And they're like, yeah, we think you got a dud here. So they decided to cancel the whole thing. And they said, let's just work on something else.
Chill.
Whoa.
And then today she donned some slinky lingerie, and she is doing a thing showing off her body, which she says is just working out and dieting. That's all she's doing. She's not doing that Ozempic. But she's lip syncing the lyrics to IDGAS. That is a track from her new album, My Face Still Hurts from Smiling. And you can tell already she's trying to promote the new music and doing something that people are like, oh my gosh, you see Lizzo and how slimmed down she looks and how great it is. So they already are like, hey, we got to start promoting on this new album.
Wow.
So they canceled the old one, said it's a dud. But you see Atlantic Records is still behind her. And they are like, okay.
They're trying to give it that shot.
But this is probably about it.
This will be it. If she does not make the comeback now, it's going to be a tough time for Lizzo.
Yeah, it will be. And that's a tough thing. It's a tough place to be. But that's why I think the pressure is on so much, because you have to deliver the hits.
And not have a scandal either.
Yeah, and you only have so long. Bieber, I think, if you could have heard the discussions there, I think they probably were like, dude, it's about time. It had been, I think, 4 years since his last album. And then he takes off and he does that double album and all those songs, and now he's got a top 5 hit, and he's back in the good graces of the label. But it's not only that you got to crank out hits, but you got to do it on a timetable as well.
It's weird, too, what kind of scandal can tank you and what scandal you can kind of survive.
Yeah.
It really does depend. It seems like people turned on Lizzo.
Yeah, absolutely. She's had her moments. Bieber's had his moments, and it is kind of interesting. You look at a lot of these stars, and they've had their bumps, they've had their glitches. But yeah, who's survived what and how much they believe in you.
It's just kind of odd, just as society, people who have done horrible things, the ones you forget, like the ones that universally society forgives, and the ones that people have done less, they don't forgive.
Right.
It's an odd thing to me.
It is very odd. Who is welcomed back into the good graces and who is shunned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And sometimes the people welcome back has done way worse than the other shit that people have been shunned for.
It's crazy.
Yep. So I think the power ultimately is if you're writing your own music and if you have your own studios and you're putting it all out, then you in a sense control it. Now you may not hit those meteoric highs. I look at a group, Denny's and I both love this band called Death Cab for Cutie. And they had really said, you know what, we're going to do our own thing. We don't want to have to be jerked around by a label that tells you. And they in a sense do. They're like going, hey, your career's over, just to let you know. Now you can try to fight us in court and try to get the masters and all that kind of stuff, which, get you some money. But other than that, you're just going to be touring forever on those 3 hits you had.
Well, that is why I do love the internet. I mean, this would be a pause. I always talk shit about it. But yeah, to your point, when, for example, Death Cab for Cutie, they have an audience. And they'll always have an audience, and that guy is super smart. Why not do your own music in your own studio? You own it.
Yeah, I root for it. I love it because honestly, anymore on a grassroots level, like I played yesterday, that Somber. Don't know anything about him. I'm going to start doing a deeper dive because that was a lot of what they do now. It's kind of like how Bieber did it, where you're doing tracks on social media or YouTube, whatever it might be. People take notice. Now, the record label still comes in and grabs you up, and it's still the easiest way to get there. But I do love the fact that you can do Spotify and social media and all that and build your own following. And you may not hit the meteoric heights because you don't have that promotional budget. Sometimes you could. If you go viral and you're just that good, you absolutely could. But I think the biggest issue is what you just saw, getting the hits. You may have the talent, but writing hit songs, that's why I think what Elton John had was such a great combination you may not see replicated, where when you are writing your own music, you have more control of your career.
Billy Joel.
Yeah.
He wrote all his songs.
Yeah,
look at
absolutely.
That motherfucker.
You're right. Sabrina Carpenter, I got to tell you, I think she has a short shelf life. Because I think you're seeing it. I think this album, she's struggled. She's going to be hot for a minute. And I think in 3 to 5 years, you're going to see the descent already. I was so high on her that all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I just feel like she kind of sings all the time. I don't know. She started rubbing me the wrong way a little bit. Look, it's tough. We did this segment a couple weeks ago just about what is the average shelf life of being in the hot zone where you're cranking out hits. And it's very, if you make a decade where you are continually cranking out top 40 hits, you are a legend. And I mean, when I say rub the wrong way, I'm just not I was so into it for a while. I know you were into it. You were smitten. I think sometimes overexposure can be a problem.
It's true.
For some people. That's why a lot of people have a problem with Taylor Swift. It's not that they even hate her. It's just the overall. Too much. I can't get away from her. You can't get away from it.
Espresso was everywhere. It was everywhere. And I think that, she probably did have a little bit of an overexposure issue.
Well, then everything was just, even her Dunkin' commercial is just it's a little, have you seen it?
Everything is sex.
Everything, even the Dunkin' commercial alludes to, are you calling here for a passion fruit?
Man's best friend.
And then she licks her finger at the end. Now, look.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Right. But she had, 6 albums before she hit that came out, and then she hit, and now the label is helping her they just gave her another #1 hit that she was gifted. And then the question is, how long can she truly maintain that? I think I predict she'll burn out quick. I think she's got maybe 3 years, and then you'll start to see a fade. When she starts turning to country, they're getting desperate. No, you are. And honestly, I think a lot of people think that's an easy route out, but it's not. Country is very much that's why I think it was impressive that Post Malone made his transition as well as he did. But you see like Jessica Simpson, who tried to do that, and country's like, no. Well, everyone's trying to do it right now. It's almost kind of getting a little oversaturated. Everyone's got a podcast. Everyone's going to country now. And it starts to get like, they're doing the country thing like everybody else. It gets played out.
But people like Post Malone are going to make it in any genre because they got the chops.
Yeah.
He's got the chops. He's got that je ne sais quoi, whatever it is. Like, he's just got it.
Yeah, he's got the chops, and his album was good. I think he does a lot of the songwriting, too. He's involved with it.
I mean, the earworm too, the melody. I mean, the guy knows how to find a melody. That's to me one of the most important parts of a song. Most people don't listen to the words. I mean, it's more of a rare thing for people to listen to words than to just kind of bop along to the melody and sing the songs.
Yeah,
not everyone's it's not the 70s and 80s no more. Where, what were they saying? Oh my gosh, they're singing their journal to me. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but a lot of people don't know what the fuck they're even listening to as far as
I love
words.
when I think somebody's singing their journal.
Of course. I just don't think it's as important to people as it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was really surprised. Honestly, for me, the F1 Trillion Post Malone album in country way underperformed. I think he maybe got 2 hits out of it, and I thought he had probably 8 to 10.
Wow.
2 hits though. Still, I mean, when you, it's kind of like when they got on Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson sold, I think, 3 or 4 million albums after Thriller, and it was considered a dud. Where on the fucking planet where you go 4 times or 5 times platinum, and that's considered a failure? That's insane. That's bullshit. It's not a failure.
It is insane, and you're right. It's a lot of how these things are positioned. With music. And that's why after time and all those kind of things, that's why I love going back and listening to music, because in that moment, sometimes there's so much marketing and hype and everything else that either makes a song or kills a song. You go back to popular songs from 10 or 15 years ago and you realize they're hot garbage, or there are songs that were really great that because of all the politicking did not get the light that they deserved.
Oh, it's just like anything in life. You mean to tell me if there's a top fat cat at the top of a music record label and his daughter or his daughter's friend wants to sing, Daddy, I want to be a star. You don't think she's going to get fucking bigger, better treatment than anybody else?
Totally.
Of course that shit. That's why people don't like Nepo babies. They get
preferential treatment.
They get mad. Oh, Nepo. That's the big thing now. Oh, it's a Nepo baby. Fuck that.
Yeah.
There are good Nepo babies. I think there's absolutely talented people out there.
You got, what is the director's daughter? She's really
Howard?
good. No, it's not Ron Howard. It's the guy that he did Star Trek. His daughter is very good.
Abrams.
Yes, Abrams.
Gracie Abrams.
Yeah, Gracie Abrams. She's very solid. I think she's got her own chops. But again, kind of a Nepo baby in the sense where her dad is very powerful in the entertainment industry.
Again, just like anything, there are Nepo babies out there that have severe talent. I agree, but there's a lot that fucking got there because Daddy helped them get there.
Yeah, and even Daddy sometimes can't help him. I mean, remember Hulk Hogan tried to get his daughter Brooke to be a big pop star. That didn't work out.
But guess what he did? He made her a wrestling star.
Oh, did she became a wrestling star?
I mean, star is, a little, she's just, how about this? She had a lot of camera time.
Okay.
In wrestling. She became a major, he got her in there because Daddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another dude that I think, honestly, is going to have a career as long as he wants, and he's even talked about maybe doing country. It'd be fascinating to see Ed Sheeran doing country. And I think where country is right now, it would work because country is so poppy that it's not far from what Ed Sheeran's already doing. He's just partnered with Van Leeuwen Ice Cream to launch a new flavor tied to his upcoming album. This is how they promote. Starting today, the Play Pink ice cream is going to be sold at most New York City scoop shops. Now, this is going to be the one thing, if you don't care about music, you may care about ice cream. Van Leeuwen Ice Cream is going to be the new name in South Florida for ice cream. So if you don't know, you can actually go get Van Leeuwen right now. They just opened up, I think, a week ago at the Nora District in West Palm.
Okay.
I cruised there on Saturday. They got a coffee shop there. It was freaking packed. There might have been 50 people in this coffee shop.
Whoa.
That I went by. And Nora is not even close to done. It still is very much under construction.
And that's where they're putting the Van Leeuwen?
Yeah, Van Leeuwen is in there. And that's what they're doing. They found all these. They supposedly have the best pizza place in New York City. It's going to be a part of it. Van Leeuwen is a New York City ice cream that is a big name. And Van Leeuwen is also going to be opening up in Palm Beach Gardens in September this month. I'm not sure exactly where or what day they're going to drop. They've got a location that's going to be opening in Mary Brickell Village in Miami, and then Delray Beach's Sunday Village in October, which that is impressive. Did you see that when you were in Delray, that Sunday Village?
Yes, they did. Yeah, they showed me pictures of it.
It's Swinton right there in Atlantic. That's amazing. That's going to be quite a complex. So there's a lot of good stuff. So.
The other thing, too, about Ed Sheeran, whether you like his music or not, he comes off extraordinarily likable.
He does.
He really that goes a long way, man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I think he's genuinely that kind of guy. I don't think his fame has changed him. I think he's just a cool dude. He treats everybody the same way, and you root for him.
Well, even people that I don't like their music or their movies, if you see them in an interview or you just see them, if they come off genuine and likable, you may not like their music, but go, I like that person. They're
Ed
cool.
Sheeran's got a sweet heart.
It seems like
kind.
I don't see how it couldn't be.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's so important to be genuine and really, truly connect with your fans today. I think that authenticity, people really crave that. And if you don't have that connection, then look, you are very dispensable. So you better start it right now. Kiss your fans' asses, get in good with them, and then you may have a lifelong career because as we just established, that record monster, that machine, it will chew you up and spit you out as soon as it can. As soon as you don't have that high intensity value to them, they don't care anymore. You're on your own.
Yeah, and I don't think you should fake, being genuine. I mean, you're right. Treat your fans nice and be cool. Mm-hmm. But people can also smell out a fucking phony as well.
They can,
yeah.
absolutely. No, you're right. And I think some people are that way, and then we catch them where they snap at somebody and they're an asshole. They're like, going, "See, yeah, okay, you weren't really cool after all."
To me, if you're an asshole and if that's really what you are, just show me your ass. Just be real.
Show me your asshole.
Yeah, show me your ass. Be your dicky self.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I know you're a dick, so I can walk the other way.
Mandy in the chat room said Maren Morris also has a Van Leeuwen ice cream flavor. So, yeah.
Maybe this is the hot new trendy thing. Get you a Van Leeuwen ice cream flavor collab.
Get you some Van Leeuwen if you want to be screwing. Did you say instead of that 6?
What's that?
Did you say Maren Morris? Is that who you said?
No, it was Jesse Murph.
Boy, that's terrible. Oh my gosh, use that as worst of the week. Sometimes my brain doesn't work well. I was wondering why Virginia looked.
I was like, what?
I didn't know either. I was like, yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
I apologize to everybody and everything.
Either you said something weird or somebody farted because we all made a face like, oh.
You did have a fart face, yes.
It's Juliana's Pizza, Mandy had said, from Brooklyn that's opening in Nora, and then H&H Bagels. So whoever is doing the Nora, and I saw who, but it didn't connect. I didn't know the grouping. But what they do is they have a leasing agent that fills a complex for you. And so clearly they are combing the hottest brands in New York City. And there's a connection to that, I assume.
And they're just trying to make it like Little Wall Street, like they said.
Yeah, that's it. I saw that they just closed a deal on a big tech company. It's going to come to City Place in downtown West Palm, 800 plus jobs, something like that. And they talked about something that I don't fully understand, but they said, okay, well, everybody's celebrating, but somebody had a different perspective on it. Because I think the average salary is going to be $175,000 working at this tech company. And they're going, yeah, it sounds great, but here's the problem. You are flipping, again, everything. When you are paying that becomes the standard. So everything is going to be priced to people that make that salary. And if you're not bringing in $175,000, you're going to find West Palm Beach to be very unwelcoming to you.
How much is a slice of that pizza that you're talking about? Is it a $8 slice of pizza?
Good question. Never had it.
No way. 13.
You think it's more?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if they're paying big bucks and it's all those people that are going to be in that area eating, drinking, dining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, regular people aren't going to be able to afford it.
We even got to a point where the chained pizza places started getting insane when it came to the price of some shitty ass pizza, may I add.
Yeah, that's why I was impressed. That $4.50 for Steve's Pizza in Miami. Is that a decent price
for a slice?
Yeah.
Or for a pizza?
It was for a slice.
That's expensive.
That's expensive.
That's a lot of money, man. Yeah.
Okay.
$2, $3 a slice. That's good, but anything more than that, I think it's too much.
Yeah, I mean, that's $5. That's almost a $5 slice right there. I do not find that to be a good deal.
No.
Okay. Well, that's North Miami. But like I said, North Miami prices are now Palm Beach prices.
So for 3 fucking slices, I got to pay $15? Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
F you, Steve.
I'm not saying that. Steve, don't take any offense.
He's not even involved anymore.
Well, then fuck it. Never mind.
Well, talking about how things are flipping, these are the small little subtleties that you're going to start noticing in South Florida with some of these changes going on. Ryan in Lake Worth Beach hit us up. And I saw this on the news, but until he put it in an email, I didn't fully understand what this meant, the significance of it. Did you see that the Lake Worth Swap Shop and Drive-In is going to be closing down?
Oh. too. That whole area where the drive-in theater used to be.
Dude, that thing's been around since I was a kid.
Well, now they do like a giant, like a flea market there.
Yeah.
We used to go to that flea market as a kid, and you would find the best shit.
Yeah, you've got one there, and then you got one on Sunrise Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale, and those are the two. But, he's saying the vendors are pissed because this is their way of life. A lot of these vendors escape from communist and socialist countries to have a chance in capitalism, so these vendors take it very seriously when the government steps in and says that they have to shut down business for some bullshit technical reason. The official reason, according to the city of Palm Springs, is that their 20-year lease is being terminated. And I saw on the news that was the one complaint. They interviewed one of the girls, and she said, so all we have is Fort Lauderdale. She said, that's far from us, though. If you're talking about a daily thing where this is our daily day-to-day life, now you've just added a pretty massive commute to us to continue doing what we're doing. Plus, that place is already full, and, where are we going to go with that? And apparently, according to Ryan, he said the land is now extremely valuable in Palm Springs, and they know this. Lake Worth is overpopulated, and they're building apartments on golf courses and any empty plot of land available. Palm Springs know they can easily add a whole new revenue stream with housing, especially considering these insane rent prices.
Wow.
So that's a big part of it. They push out the flea market there, and they use that land, and then they build, and they say, hey, we'll make a lot more money off of it. So those are the subtle little things that you're going to start seeing as, things kind of move. Places you're like going, whatever happened to that? Well, again, it's the grab.
It's sad if you like those flea markets.
I was just going to say.
I love to run through a flea market, like spend like an hour or two just looking at everything.
Even a bazaar. My family, we were just garage sale people. At least my mom and Aunt Ann were. My dad didn't fuck with that shit.
Well, they raised you, and they raised the kids to be like them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if we saw something cool in somebody's garbage and it looked like a piece of furniture, my mom was like, we're going to grab that and I'm going to refurbish it.
Go get on
You
that.
do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. And I think she also enjoyed there is the hunt. Going out, and if you're into that kind of stuff, going out to the flea markets and finding something that's kind of unique and rare.
A treasure.
Yeah, it is. It's not even about finding something you love. It's almost kind of like a game you've won.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, talking about the NFL, they had a little Monday night action last night. Saw the Vikings triumphant in that. Football on all the time. Gotta love it. Lisa said, I heard that Virginia had just switched to YouTube TV, and so did I in a trial period. But apparently new users are getting the NFL Sunday Ticket as a limited time promotion. Then you're going to be charged $276 a year for the season pass, or you can pay monthly. You probably just want to make sure that your accountant, sometimes they do that sneaky little thing.
They automatically debit your account.
You click yes, and you don't realize in 7 days after the week trial is up, then they just start charging you
immediately.
Money. Yes, and they automatically sign you up by default, and then you're like going, why am I?
You forget to cancel it.
Yeah.
Or when you call to cancel, they leave you on hold for 45 minutes. That's happened to me before.
I'm telling you, there's a little trick if you want to cancel a service. So if you're going to talk to a person, always start off the phone. If they go, why are you calling? Or blah, blah, blah. Say, I want to add on to a service. It'll get you right to an operator. If you if you say, I want to cancel the service, they will keep you on hold because they don't want to lose that money. Just say you want to upgrade, you'll get an operator like that. I'm telling you, it's worked a lot for me.
Look at you.
Yeah, try that out, especially if you're trying to cancel a service at your house where you have to add on or you just want to get done. Just say, I don't want it.
I got to upgrade.
Yeah, I would love. I have a new person moving in. We'd love another whatever. Hello, how you doing? How may I help you? Sorry, I want to cancel. Oh.
And I guess it makes sense. Yesterday, we were talking a little bit about IVF, and engineer Keith had sent us in the photo of his lovely child that is an IVF baby. And I talked about, I think we dropped $10K to get Cannon born. He's now 17.
And it's about time he pays you back.
And
Yeah,
it's
I
probably,
hear you.
it's probably going to be a lot more these days.
That's what he said. He said, with drugs, retrieval, testing, and implantation now, a single round of IVF is costing $25,000.
25.
It's more than doubled since we made Canon.
Dude, pizza's almost $5 a slice at Steve's.
You're right.
Although someone said Steve gives big slices out.
How big is this slice?
How big is this slice,
Is
Steve?
it a double slice?
Is it a double slice, Steve?
And how big are these babies? If I'm paying double, do I get 2 babies?
You get a bigger baby, yeah.
Do you want 2 babies?
2 babies or just a one big huge baby?
That sometimes is the risk, because they do when they'll implant them, and you'd be like, okay, if they all take and do well, we could have
3 babies.
right. And so, like, Cannon was supposed to be a twin. He was supposed to have 2, and then he got hungry and ate the other one. So
That happens.
It does happen.
Chomp chomp. Yeah.
Wow, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Nature, man.
It is. I guess survival of the fittest. Cannon won.
Cannon ate his sister, though.
Or brother.
Or brother.
Yeah.
Cannibal.
Yeah. He said they also offer a bougie plan for $40,000. They'll do 3 egg collections at anywhere between 20 to 30 eggs.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's a lot. So that's the modern day IVF.
I remember, though, you guys struggled for a while. I mean, it was a process, right?
That's why we wound up there. Yeah, it was a nightmare. It was terrible. So anybody that ever is going through it, we had to have one of the worst journeys of everything that went in with it. It was a painful 5 years. Just terrible. Yeah. So that's why we wound up on IVF. Wasn't the first choice. It was kind of a last resort kind of thing. Because, the twins are 10 years older, and we were trying that whole 10 years.
Right.
That wasn't an intentional gap. That was 10 years of misery and failure, and it was just god awful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel for anybody that goes through that. I know what a roller coaster ride that
I
is.
remember you struggling. I mean,
Terrible.
It was not an easy ride for y'all.
Terrible. No, we had miscarriages, and just every baby that didn't work out, it was just a terrible way. You would go in and they come to see you and they close the door and you just look in their eyes. You're like, they got freaking terrible news for me.
Again.
Even the way they would just close the door.
Yes,
It was
they had an
every
energy.
little thing.
They had an energy. They're like, we got it. And I remember one time they closed the door and the queen just burst out crying. I was just like, not again. Just so painful. Yeah. So I sympathize with anybody. So God bless you. If you have a healthy baby, it is one of the greatest gifts you can ever get.
Amen.
If you have your health, it's one of the greatest things.
Absolutely.
I mean,
No, really. When you don't have it, then you appreciate it.
Yes.
nothing. I mean, if you ain't got your health, diddly dick, it doesn't mean nothing.
Nothing else matters.
Mm-hmm.
And then for you to be able to realize that if you do have your health, anything is possible. And you are so blessed and lucky. We all need to appreciate if you have the gift of good health.
It's something I think a lot of people take for granted.
Amen.
Because there's a lot of people walking around feeling very healthy. It can be snatched away at any minute.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to be depressing. I'm just saying that's the way it is.
Honestly, it's right now to say, hey, whatever you've got, whatever health you do have and whatever's going on, just be grateful for what. If you're breathing, be grateful.
Appreciate it and do good things with the gift you've been given.
Absolutely. Yeah, good little lesson there. A little correction, too. I saw another Keith, and it wasn't our engineer Keith that had gone to Japan to live for 4 years. So he said, I'm interested in Japan, but I haven't visited yet. So, just wanted to clarify, it's not engineer Keith. It was
How
in Japan
many
for 4 years.
Keiths do we have? Because we also have Keith that has the key at Walmart.
We have Keith. We have Keith. Yeah. We have Keither.
Keither, too.
Yeah, we have a lot.
All right, no more Keiths. That's it.
Also, no more Kevins. There's a shit ton of Kevins
There
around.
is.
Thank you.
Yes.
I cannot have any more Kevins in my life or I will just be at an overload.
And we touched on the regular show. Michelle sent an email about the whole Epstein stuff. And, the latest thing is whatever that 50th birthday thing that they had. And so we had addressed that on the regular show. She said, yeah, I don't want an Epstein list. I want to see people prosecuted. A list means nothing. Put these people on trial, put them in jail, but they won't. And that's it. And that really, I think, how I started the discussion today. Just you keep getting something that you think, this is it. But it just always, with everything you get in this Epstein thing, it's one step forward, 2 steps back. And they're spinning and carving this thing up that I can already tell you it's going nowhere.
Nowhere.
This is going to go nowhere. So, and honestly, everything lies in Palm Beach County. I'm telling you, it's
weird.
the sweetheart deal. It's Palm Beach County.
The sweetheart deal, and also the women, they could tell you some stories. The ones that also got sweetheart deals.
There's so much stuff. Well, I named those 4 names I want to put into the light because they're 4 people that have crawled back into the darkness that need to have the spotlight put back on them because they're trying to crawl into the darkness. But they were around Epstein just as much as Ghislaine Maxwell. She's in prison for 20 years. Realistically, I'd be interesting to see all 4 of those ladies on trial to see what happens with them. And there's just a lot of names, a lot of things that happen. That sweetheart deal is, it's rotten to its core. It's rotten to its core.
Palm Beach County in general just knows how to really find a national news story. I mean, since I was a kid, Palm Beach County's always been in the national
Hanging
news.
Chad, screwing up presidential elections.
The Kennedy.
Hiding powerful, the rape trial happened in 91.
Dude,
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah.
We are salacious.
It really is for the size of the.
I know.
I mean, it's not even a big city, but man, there's a lot of stuff that happens here.
Money.
Well, you know what? It's the power, it's the money, but it's where they come to hide because it is smaller. You can't really hide in Manhattan.
True.
And so they're like, all right, we go do our bad shit in Palm Beach because it's very nice, it's opulent, and people don't talk. I mean, the whole town is built to hide secrets. That really is what Palm Beach is built for, where you can come here, be yourself. People are not going to have access to you. Do you see paparazzi running around Palm Beach?
No.
Never. It's not allowed. They will shut you down and get your ass off that island super fast. If you invade somebody's space and start snapping photos, try that in the breakers.
Right.
See how long before they throw your ass out of the breakers.
We had the guys that were training the planes, 9/11.
That's
in
right.
Palm Beach County, Boynton or Delray or wherever.
They were learning how to be pilots right here.
It's a national story.
Yeah,
if you look into it, there's
It really is insane.
I'm forgetting a bunch, but there's been a ton.
There is a ton. Makes you wonder what else we got in store.
Yeesh.
Think we're done?
I hope. Can we please be done?
There's something about South Florida, man.
I don't think Palm Beach is done, but we're done. So that makes any sense. All right, y'all. Thanks for the email. Send them to us. Mail at kvjshow.com. Love y'all. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Hopefully on time at 6 a.m. Goodbye.